Aquaba, good morning. Welcome to African Travel and More. So you're gonna do some music to get us going. Welcome.
Okay, so I'm just coming up with this song.
Welcome, family.
Okay,
All
so
right. Welcome,
kept it
welcome,
mellow
welcome.
this week.
Well, kept it mellow because it's early on our end. Um, we're hoping for a businesswoman friend that we met in Botswana. We really want her to jump on this morning, but of course she's doing her business, which she has quite a few businesses in Botswana. So I wanted her to jump on, but if she cannot, don't worry, I will get her on because I really want you all to have some idea of what it's like right now on the continent of Africa. It's exciting. It's really exciting. And what I am going to share, and I'm also going to invite people to come on. I have to find the little invite link, but I want to share. It's a clip about. I don't know if you've heard about Akon's Wakanda. He's done. He said he had one in Nigeria or something that he
Now,
was
Akon,
building.
he was in Nigeria talking to them about some music stuff. I mean, I should have
Mhm.
shown you a clip of it.
I have a
Um,
clip. I have a clip, but it's not there. It's I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead and talk. I'm just putting
yeah, so basically, Akon's trying to take over Africa, so we have to jump.
he
Yeah.
he has the right idea. Wait, I'm gonna move this.
I mean, he's doing everything. He's got his little Bitcoin, his A
A
coin
coin,
that
exactly.
he's
A
trying to make
coin.
that the primary currency for Africa,
Okay.
so that they don't have so many different currencies. I mean, when you go to Africa, you go from country to country, you
Everyone
get the
has their
CD, the
currency.
CFA, the franc, the
Hmm.
shilling, the kwacha,
Yeah.
the rand,
Yeah.
the
Namibian dollar.
the
Uh,
uh,
just
um,
all of it. The
what's that?
CD. The CD.
Yeah, I mean, so many. I'm just trying to think of every time we go to another country,
Yeah.
we have to figure out the currency exchange, so we
Right.
won't be compromised. I won't say cheated.
Right. Right. Well, you
so
have to
our
figure it out.
money won't be compromised.
True. True. Okay. So I want to show this video now of where did it go? Oh, it's here. Okay. So this is the video of Akon's Wakanda. So let's watch and
Uganda to give Akon land to build a second multi-billion satellite city. Hello explorers, this is an African news update. Uganda has promised to give Akon land to build a second Akon City in the country so as to boost the tourism sector of the country. R&B artist Akon has said to come anywhere close to realizing his ambitious vision for a futuristic city powered by a cryptocurrency called Akoin and built on land given to him by the Senegalese government. But that isn't stopping the singer from making plans to build a second Akon City, this time in Uganda. The East African nation has agreed to identify a place suitable in Uganda that has not less than 1 square mile, which will be made available to him and his team. Isaac Musumba, Uganda's Minister for Urban Development, said at a news conference Monday, Akon will be in charge of attracting investment and managing the project and will consult with the Ugandan government to come up with a theme for the satellite city. We would like to emulate what has been done elsewhere for us to have an Akon City here, Musumba said, according to local media outlets. 47 years old Akon, whose family hails from Senegal, had spoken expansively about his desire to create a real-life version of Wakanda, the futuristic African kingdom portrayed in Marvel's Black Panther. His plans for the first Akon City involves building luxury condominiums, a seaside resort, office parks, and even a university in Tubula, seemingly gravity-defying skyscrapers that resemble molten metal. Intended as an upscale destination for Black Americans, Akon City will be solar-powered and environmentally friendly, he has said. Residents and visitors will be able to make purchases with Akoin, which envisions as a global currency. The singer's flashy designs for what is now a farming village on Senegal's coast have met with some skepticism. Locals point out that the metal and glass structures, which Akon says are intended to look like real African sculptures that they make in the villages, are ill-suited to the sweltering climate. Others note that despite Akon's stated goal for using local craftsmen and materials, he staffed an Abu Dhabi-based architect and an American developer to build the city. Akon explained last year that he didn't want to overthink the project. In a region starved of tourism, however, officials have been receptive to Akon's promises to attract investment and create jobs. Last Friday, Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni announced that he had played host to the singer, whose full name is Alione Damala Badara Akon Fiam, and touted the country's untapped potential as a vacation destination. There's so much about Uganda that I never knew existed, Akon said at a news conference days later. I'm determined to expose that. I want people to understand how beautiful Uganda is, and the best way to do that is to build my city here. Construction on the city won't be completed until 2036, the singer added, because of the amount of infrastructure, such as paved roads, that has to be built first. In Senegal, Akon has raised at least $4 billion of the $6 billion needed to build his city, and the project has yet to break ground. Uganda's opposition party, the Forum of Democratic Change, said on Tuesday that it was a public secret that Akon City would never come into existence, but that the government's willingness to give away the land raised larger questions about whether officials were granting sweetheart deals to wealthy developers. When asked if the average Ugandan will be able to afford his city, he said, I don't look at it as the standpoint of something that people can't afford. I know that if I put it there, they are going to find a way to afford it because it's going to motivate them. Akon is one ambitious African, and we wish him all the best in his endeavors. Thanks for watching this video and stay tuned for more African news updates.
Okay. Wow. So Akon or Akoin, he's about to have his own cryptocurrency, or does he already have it?
He has his cryptocurrency.
Wow,
He's
I
trying
need
to
to
make that
invest.
the currency of Africa.
Okay, I need to get some
Man,
Akoin.
I give that brother credit,
He's
credit,
raised
credit,
that money.
credit, 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 credit.
Yeah.
Because he started off like I remember when he was exploring the idea for Senegal, because Senegalese,
Right.
and most people kind of explore and things peter out, but he's talked about doing the Wakanda project in Senegal,
right?
And then we heard about the one in Ghana,
Okay.
and so here,
I don't know if is that his project?
no,
that's a
his
different
is
one.
not. That's
Right.
that's different in Ghana.
Right.
That's with the former UN head, whatever her name. I can never remember her name.
Ariana. I think it's art. Oh,
yeah, and
she's magnificent. I think that one will take place too.
And Nana Ado and Rabbi Kohen, all of those, they had multiple conferences in Ghana up near Cape Coast, and they're talking about doing the Wakanda project, and they promised to do it. And I heard them talking about it seriously first before I heard when Akon. But it sounds like it seems
$4 billion of
that's what they say.
$6 billion.
They say he raised $4 billion.
He's attracting investors, y'all.
Right. And I always say they say that because
until it happens.
Yeah,
until it happens.
But I was thinking, which one is going to actually get done? And if you hear this, why don't you tell me which one is actually going to get done, and which is better? To be headed by a committee of folks, like I've heard Ghana. It's not like one leader pushing in Ghana.
Okay.
It's like more like a committee from the way I've heard it and seen it. Whereas Akon is one guy leading a project, and which probably leading a team, because if he's attracting that kind of money and the kind of stuff he's trying to do, he's the front man and leading the team.
Hey,
so
Janelle.
Which one would get done? That's my question. What do you think when you think about businesses and great empires? And maybe empires is the wrong word, but great businesses that have.
What do you think? Which is better?
Yeah.
For me, just first let me say hi, Janelle. Welcome. Glad that you're on board this morning. And I also dropped the link in if you guys want to jump on for this one. We just thought this was so interesting with Akon. So but yeah, I think
what do you think?
I think that Akon it's better with him leading. Attracted that type of money and he's leading it, then I think that he'll move forth a little better because he's appears to be working with investors, and investors they do that. They invest their money in people who are leading correctly. Okay. Sometimes they invest in people who are not leading correctly, but I think that it'll help them to just go forth with it. Whereas I'm not saying that the other one won't work, but you know how it is. Sometimes you get a committee and, you know, Jane on the committee doesn't like Sally and Keisha, and then it stops and takes all type of turns. So it's that type of thing. But I don't know. I'm personally I'm excited. I didn't know that he had his own cryptocurrency. I'm gonna look for his Akoin and invest.
Now here's my opinion. I'm of two minds on this. One is, and it just so happens to be, one comes from an old African proverb, which is they're doing this in Africa, right? So the proverb should fit. The proverb is that if you want to go fast, go by yourself.
Right.
If you want to go far, go as a village or go as a group.
Right.
So you think what I heard in Ghana is them operating as a group.
Right.
And pushing, and what I'm hearing from Akon, he's kind of operating as the front man.
Right. And it's okay. So it's okay.
But like Yolanda, like you said, a lot of times when the ideas are fleshed out with the committee, a lot of times it becomes bureaucratic, and you can't turn left without getting the vote of 50 people, and then you can turn left. And then when you want to turn right, one person don't want to turn right, and then you could get held up for 6 months trying to turn right.
Right.
Whereas if it's headed by a single leader who has a team who trust him, or her,
right,
when they want to go left, they go to the team and say, "I'm going left. This is why I'm the leader. Blah 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 blah. Go left for me. If you're not going, too bad.
Right.
So I don't.
It's different because I think it's investment.
Right.
People who want to like just invest, and I'm serious. I'm going to look for his cryptocurrency, and invest in it because he's in Uganda right now. He had I think the other place was Senegal.
Oh yeah, he's from Senegal.
He's from Senegal. We were just in Senegal, and Senegal has a lot of business that's happening in Senegal. A lot of business, a lot of building taking place. We were just
okay. So what do you think? Out of Senegal and Uganda, let me see, because I think Senegal population. I think Uganda's population is bigger than Senegal's. I think Uganda is in the. I would have to look that up. I better look on my phone. I know Senegal is about 15 million. I'm thinking Uganda is about 40 million.
Let me
see. I could be wrong on that.
You looking? Well, I know this.
I'm gonna see. That's why we have our friend.
Okay, I love it.
That's why we have our friend Gugu.
We've been to both. We've been to Uganda several times, and Senegal just recently. And Uganda, I think, has. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't beat me down. I think Uganda is.
See, I ain't bad. It's got a current population about 44 million.
Oh,
see, I know my Africas.
We should.
Okay, anyway,
we should. But you know what? What was I gonna say? Going to we haven't gone to Uganda in about 4 years now, maybe.
It haven't changed that much, and we've been several times. We've been multiple times.
It may have built up.
I mean, they built up, but the culture and a lot of stuff is pretty much the same. So what I'm asking is, what do you think? Do you think, because first you look at population,
what do you guys think?
And then you look at culture. I mean, you're looking at the population of Senegal is about 15 million. Now, of course, Senegal surrounds Gambia, which probably would be inclusive. So if you add Gambia to that, because Gambians are kind of like the little brothers and sisters of Senegal.
True.
Then you're getting close to 20 million. So that's rounded to 20 million.
Okay.
And then Uganda's got about 40 million. Estimate is about 44 million. So Uganda's twice the size. But then you have to look at the formation of the culture. There in both countries there's European influence.
More heavily in Senegal.
Right.
Very French. You got they obviously trust and like him because they've given granted that land to him for him to do the project.
Why's he got all that money and they're giving him land? They try to charge me.
No.
What's up with that? How's it the guy with money get free land? And then when you ain't got that much money, they charge. Actually, I think we're gonna probably get some land in Uganda. Right. But anyway,
you know what? This is the thing. They obviously trust him, which they should. I really feel that by him creating this Wakanda, it's to attract diasporans. Okay, this idea of Wakanda is to attract, which is not a bad idea. I think it'll go for everyone, because when you look, everyone is going there, and you see he got what is it, the people to build it from Abu Dhabi, and that design, because we've been to Dubai also, so a lot of that looks like some of those buildings that are there. So I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking,
but it's exciting.
I'm thinking, okay, culture-wise, in Uganda, it's kind of a mix of influences there in terms of Europe. And the reason I'm saying that is because of how the mental behavior. And in Senegal is a lot of French culture, of course. Right. They speak French.
Right.
And so
their culture is much different in Uganda.
I think the opportunity in Uganda is going to be better. First, the country is bigger. It doesn't have there's a certain mentality I get when I go to Senegal. It's not as I don't want to make any Senegalese upset, but I'm going to say it.
Don't be mad. We love you.
There's certain places I can go where there is a not as friendly in Senegal as in some other, not the rank and file person walking the streets, but I'm saying in certain buildings, institutes, it's not as friendly. When I go to Uganda, it's almost always friendly.
Oh yeah.
The only thing about Uganda that's different, I don't know if it's, it may not be the same. When you go into any major buildings, there's going to be guns.
Oh,
and not to scare you, but to actually protect you. But it's as an American, that's one of the things you have to kind of get used to. When you go into major malls, major buildings, that sort of thing. You're going to see guys standing there with freaking awesome looking guns.
They're not playing. You're not going to have a coup or nothing breaking out.
Right.
Nothing, because when we were there, it was a lot of problems with. I don't want to say was it ISIS or these terrorism. That's what I want to say, terrorism. Right. And so so that's something you have to get used to when you go, is that when you enter the hotel or that type of thing, they're going to have you scan under your car. It's real security. They're and they have people with guns at the entrance. So that's something that you have to get used to. But I think that for him, Uganda, they've given him land, so they want the project.
Yes.
But something else I'm gonna
well, let's finish on who's gonna be most successful.
Okay.
What? Because no, go ahead with something else.
No, go on.
Let me finish. No, don't lose your thought.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead with your thought, because
No,
I'll come
finish
back
it.
to this,
No,
because I want to finish it.
I'm curious now. I'm curious.
I'm thinking Senegal is going to be better because I mean, not Senegal. I said that wrong. Uganda is going to be better because that's the only one on the East Coast or the East Africa that's talking about it. There's a population of 44 million. They have that East Coast connection, the regional connection between Uganda, Kenya, and was it Tanzania or
Rwanda? Rwanda is the East African. When you get the East African visa.
So they've already had years of establishing trade and trans communication and movement. So I'm seeing that the power of 40 million. Then Kenya, 60 million. Then you got Rwanda is about, what is it, about 10 million,
it's
10
much
million.
Smaller, yeah.
So you're looking at over 100 million people there. Whereas in the West Coast, you got Senegal, and there's a certain attitude there. But you're on the West Africa, but you're also competing with Ghana, who is much more established, and they got about 35 million there. Ghana is much more established, and they're working on their Wakanda project. So they're going to be kind of competing. They're not going to be complementary.
True.
And then even if you add them together, Ghana and Senegal, that's going to be about 50 million. And then the other countries haven't showed any interest. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm looking at the enthusiasm. I think the enthusiasm for Uganda is a bit higher. And then you got the whole East African region that's going to glom onto it. I think that.
Right. And you know something, when you mentioned that in Senegal, they're more, now this is not, I'm thinking more not local people, but they're more tied to France, to that mentality. Their government is. So I really can't say that it won't be as successful there, but I just think that I know that the cultures are different, because traveling to both of those countries several times, it's just different. But anyway,
okay, your thought. Go ahead.
Anyway, what I wanted to touch on before we get off is looking as the travel right now. I keep saying it, that this is the time. I know some people are still kind of weirded out about traveling, but the rates are still really, really good. But what you really have to pay attention to and look at before you travel, depending on the country that you're going to, say if you're only going to go from here to, say, like Ghana, you're going to be fine as far leaving I'm talking about US, from the US to Ghana. You're going to be fine where you can get a COVID test to return to the United States, because right now that seems to be the issue, is that that's what I was telling you, is or we were finding out, is that you go to these countries and you have to, of course, take the COVID test to go. I'm not opposed to that. So far I haven't seen where they're saying you need the vaccine to go. They're probably going to get to that. But right now, it's more so you have to be able to get the COVID test to come back. So we know for a fact that Ghana has a lot of location for to get the COVID test. But the other places, like we were in Gambia,
right,
and we loved our time in the Gambia. Very friendly people. Beautiful location. But when we got ready to, fortunately we were driving from the Gambia to Senegal, we could not find one single place to take the COVID test. So I'm mentioning that because now when we came back, when we went this year in January returning, we just missed that law where in the United States where they implemented you must have a COVID test, a negative COVID test to return. Of course, we should protect our borders like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh no, don't protect. We should have it, but I'm just bringing that to your attention because now as we're looking at where we want to go, we're actually shifting. We're shifting. Usually by now we would have picked like, oh, we're gonna go here, and we have it all planned out, and we're ready to go. But this time, this year, it's slowed down still because now we have to think about the COVID. Does this country have COVID tests? And then, to tell you the truth, there are still some countries um, in Africa that are closed to tourism. So that's something to think about. But that's it. That's all I was thinking about.
Right, and that was the funny thing was how we found out. We didn't have to take a test when we were in Senegal getting ready to come back to the United States. So, things are a lot of times when you're doing the travel and you're looking at the going to the embassy's websites and the official websites and stuff.
Not
a lot of times, I mean, things shifted with this whole thing. Things would shift from day to day. I mean, if you read something April 4th, it may change by April 5th or 6th.
True.
If you read something for April 6th, it may change in a day or two. So you're constantly trying to update your information. And not only that is you would read something, then you get to the proper authorities, and then it would have changed.
Right.
So that was the awkward, the scary part. And the thing that actually had me the most concerned is things change at a critical moment where you get stuck in a country. Now, you got to stay here for 10 days, 5 days.
Right.
And then not only do you get stuck, and you have to go to their place that they want you to go.
Right.
At your expense.
Right. So that's something, because remember, I always say it's a money grab. The COVID is a money grab right now. They're not going to let, what is your saying that the politicians say, never let a crisis go to waste?
Exactly.
So that's what this is. I'm sorry, it's a money grab. So you have to be real careful about the countries that you're going to, read the fine print, because as they're opening, some of them are saying, oh, the COVID test within 72 hours. So you get your test, you get there, you take another COVID test. And so what's going through my mind is, because it says if it's negative, or I mean, not negative, if it's positive, then it might say something like you're going to go to their medical for treatment. And it's like, well, what is this treatment? Or you're going to quarantine at your expense. And you're welcome. And that it's not your quarantine, your location is not going to be reasonable. I'm just sorry. I'm going to tell the truth about that. And that's for any of the countries. They're going to put you, I'm sure, at where it's really expensive, and or just for their buddies, so that because that's it. That's why I say it's a money grab. But anyways, just be careful. Like when you're booking, you still can travel, because we still plan on traveling. We like to travel at our regular time that we travel, which is usually in June. But as we think, I know you had mentioned maybe December, but I'm hoping we get to do our regular. But we just have to really, really check it out and see.
Right, and they may have to choose some alternate places. I mean, the places we had set up to go, it's just so iffy, and you don't want to get stuck,
No.
and they don't, as you've seen with this whole pandemic, as some people say, plandemic. But as you see with this. Governmental organizations have used so much of their power. I mean, many of them have kind of abused their power in the name of coronavirus and COVID. And that's the scary part. You get somewhere and you're trying to get home, or you're trying to get to the next country, or you got a lot of money tied up in flights, hotels, and things like that. Then the government organization just jump in and say, you can't move, you can't go, you can't do this. And they will do that.
Oh yeah.
So that's
that happen.
That's the concern that I always have. And even so, when I'm there, I'm always concerned about like baggage. That's my biggest, because they kill you when you go to the airports and you don't know and you think it's the baggage rule from the old flight, and you go to the new flight and they change the rules. They'll change it. I ain't gonna go into that, right? That's another video.
Another one. But you can give them a little taste of it.
But one of the things that we learn to do is, when we have time, we go to the airport, go to the ticket office, and we talk to the person there and say, what is the baggage rule? Show them my number, and we get accurate information there. Because when you do it online, even if you bring it online, it'll be, oh, I'm sorry, sir, that is not correct. What we have here is it's going to be $300 per bag, so you'll get that. So that's one thing we always. And matter of fact, we did that for the COVID test. We were about to go and find. This is how crazy it is, and how little information you get. My wife and I, we were on our way in a taxi, paying a taxi, to go to get a COVID test, so that we could fly. Right. Yeah. So we're already prepared to pay upwards of $150 a piece. That's what we pay, and which we didn't want to pay, but we were on our way. And my wife said, well, let's go by the ticket office. Yeah. And then we
Air France,
while we were driving in mid-drive, almost to the testing center, we Googled it, and Google works in Senegal.
Sure does.
Just perfect.
Thank God.
So we found the center, and we veered off, and we went to the ticketing center, and lo and behold, we did not need any testing to come back to the United States,
because the law had not been, or the rule, law, whatever you want to call it, had not been implemented yet. So we were very fortunate with that.
Exactly. So it was a lot of stress and a lot of money saved right then. But that's what I'm saying. You have to do a little legwork sometimes to talk to people up front, because unfortunately the with this time period now, the websites are not updated really well. They're updated, but you have
current a lot.
As they say, trust but verify.
That's it. But that's a good point. And that just recently happened. That was in January of this year, while we were in Senegal. That so that's I guess a tip you can say. You always can go to the to that ticket office, and you're able to find that information out, because it's right now. I just said we're in money grab season with this COVID, and they're just gonna milk it for all they can, scare people to death.
This is an unprecedented time for power grab, control of people. And people being the absolute laziest you could have possibly imagined. I mean, it'd be businesses, and their business is all online, like emails and stuff. And all of a sudden they'll say, because of the pandemic, your email may not come in here 3 days. I'm like, wait a minute, all you ever did was email. How your emails got slower? How did the pandemic come through my computer and slow you down?
That's another topic. Oh, don't, because you would get people being all sensitive about it. So
I mean, you go to places, and it'll be a clerk. Hey, can you give me that bag right there? Because of the pandemic, I can't get that bag. It's like, what?
Behave.
But anyway.
Okay, so I guess that's gonna end it. Kind of do it. I want we're gonna feature more about Botswana. I think tomorrow I'm going to put some information out, actually, about safari, and just things around Botswana to do, because it's a beautiful country, and we made a lot of friends when we were there. And like I said, it's a lot of business opportunity there as well. So my goal, or our goal, is to bring a little bit of that to you, hopefully this month. Botswana, I think Jeff you kind of call that as, oh, let's focus on Botswana, because we want to share a little bit about all the countries, because each country is it's different, but it's, we want to just bring the uniqueness, so, of each country. But we thank you, Janelle. I thank you for joining, and I'm happy that you could catch the live. And for everyone that couldn't catch the live, maybe we'll see you next time. Okay, so you're gonna play us out, and then
I don't even remember the song.
Because he make them up as he's going, and I don't remember. Yes, it sounds good though. Peace and blessings. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. So you're just going to give just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Love you all. Until next time. Bye.